In this specific video, I want to show you how to find individual items that you can source on 888 lots, kind of like coupon websites, and you can really, it comes with a number of different things, and it makes it very, 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 very easy for you. Right from the 888 lots dashboard, it shows you the Amazon price, the expected MSRP, the price that it costs to you, how many units of that product that they have. It gives you the ASIN. It also gives you whether you buy a pallet or just like a lot of your individual items. So if you buy like 10 of these and 5 of these and 3 of these, it's going to give you a spreadsheet in Excel when you actually buy that, so that when it comes to your house, or if it goes into FBA, because you can send these products directly from 888 lots into Amazon FBA. You don't have to be the middleman, although you can if you want to be. And they're going to package it professionally. It's going to come with like an invoice for exactly what's in the box, so you don't have to worry about Amazon running into any issues receiving your products. But it's going to come with a spreadsheet just like this, with the ASIN, the UPC, the product description, exactly what it is, what you paid for it, and what you can expect to make on Amazon, so on and so forth. So this is very, very, very valuable stuff here. Very valuable tools. I want to take you through some sourcing techniques and tutorials here. Now, I'm going to try to avoid a lot of the home goods and nutrition here, because you have to request approval. So I'm not going to get too much into requesting approval, whether you're in product categories or that's an individual, requesting approval. There's 2 main ways to request approval. And like I said, I'm not going to get too in-depth with it today. One, you just have to have good seller metrics. So a lot of times if you try to add a product and you see listing limitations apply and you just request approval, it'll just approve you if you have good seller metrics. So if you've been selling for a little while, or you've been selling for like a month or 2, and you have good metrics on Amazon. So I think your order defect rate's below 1%, your late shipment rate's below 1%. All that stuff, and obviously if you're using FBA, it should be, because FBA is handling all that. Then it should just be approved right away. That's for the majority of items that I see. Now, every once in a while, you'll have to send in a purchase invoice. So if I hit request approval for this one, to give you an example, it's going to say, okay, you need approval to sell in feminine hygiene products. So when you hit request approval, it's going to ask you to send in a purchase invoice. So I'm going to say I'm a reseller or distributor, and I have to drop a purchase invoice dated on before January of this month, so within 180 days. It's obviously including my name and address, which it should, include the name and address of the manufacturer, which it should. It's going to show the combined, and this is the most important part, the combined purchase of at least 10 units. So if you're only buying 1 unit, that's not going to fly. You need to buy 10. So for example, if I were going to buy this, to get approved, it wouldn't work because there's only 4 units. It wouldn't work because there's only 4 units. So keep that in mind if I wanted to buy this and, I needed to request approval. And I'm going to run you through all the product research here in a second and show you examples of a few good products. But if I wanted to request approval for this, that would work because there's 11 units, right? So then when I got my invoice, I could use that invoice to request approval after I purchased it, drop that invoice in here, and then they would approve me. So that's the application process in a nutshell. Either you request approval and you're accepted right away, which happens a lot of times for me, especially with liquidation pallets, because your metrics are just good already. Or you just have to drop the invoice in there that's dated within 188 days, has all the information, which all invoices from normal manufacturers should. And then you simply just have to drop an invoice in with at least 10 units. So with that being said, let's jump into the sourcing process, and I'll show you examples of good ones. Now, this is just like a coupon website in the fact that it's going to show you the discounted price. It's going to show you right here, so you don't have to click around to check. It's got all the information on this database, on this for you right here. Now, every once in a while, you'll see visit on Amazon, so you can check it on Amazon. And if you want to run the Jungle Scout Chrome extension to see what the sales are, you can do that as well. Although it's going to show you all the information here. And a lot of times, too, they'll have like a visit on Camel right here. So if you want to check the price history of that product as well, you can do that. So let's find examples of some good products really fast. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about requesting approval, or I'm not going to buy any purchase invoices right now, buy products that need purchase invoices right now, because I'm trying to show you. But keep in mind that that's always an option for you. So this one, we're going to look for a $10 profit margin, just like any other sourcing tutorial. So this is a good example of one, kind of. So $15.99 right here is what it retails on Amazon, right? We're getting it for $6.12, and there's about 3 of those units. So I can buy 3 of these at $6.12 potentially, and have a profit margin of a little bit under $10. So keep in mind the $10 profit margin is not set in stone, guys. It's roughly $10. So that is, what is that? $989 or something like that, right? Because $15.99 minus $6.12, $9.89, that's about a $10 profit margin. So let's check to see if we can sell this. So what I want to do is I want to take the ASIN right here, and it's the SKU with 888, and then the second part of it's the ASIN. I can obviously check it on Amazon if I want to, but really all I really want to do, and it looks like it's actually a pretty good listing. It's got the Amazon's Choice badge, 423 customer reviews. Jungle Scout Chrome extension says it's selling 8 a day and about 205 a month for a monthly revenue of a little bit over $3,000. So everything looks good right here on this way. Let's check it out. Let's take the ASIN into Seller Central, and we want to see if we can list it. So check this down, and it looks like we can sell this in new, collectible, and used conditions. So that's got a product or sales rank of 54,000, maybe almost 55,000 roughly, or no, sorry, that's 54,000. And we can sell it. So this is a great product. This is something that I'd want to grab, right? And I'm going to grab all 3 of these units, and then that's a potential profit margin of a little under $30, right? Obviously not counting the fees for the sticklers out there. So maybe we make $22 on that total, whatever it is. But I can buy this right now, add it to my cart, and then obviously I'm going to get that Excel file in the future. I can get it shipped into Amazon FBA. I can get it shipped to my house and merchant fill it. I can get it shipped to my house, repackage it all back up, and send it into FBA. Whatever you want to do, you can go about that with 888 lots. Let's find another example of a product really fast. I don't want to waste too much of your time because obviously once you get in here, the best way for you to learn it is just simply go through and source through it, right? So it also shows you like it right here. It shows you the ratings and how many reviews it has. Let's find an example of one more product. So we're looking for like a rough estimate of about $10 profit margin. So this won't fly. We're also going to skip through a lot of these health things because just from experience, I know you have to request approval. So I would need to buy an invoice. So I could probably request approval. Imagining that this was a good price and margin right here, I could request approval for this because if I bought it, I could use the invoice to then request approval and get approved, right? Because it has 10 units and I need at least 10 units in my invoice. I couldn't do this one because it's 4. I couldn't do this one because it's 6. So just things to keep in mind. So even if this was a good product, right, it's got $10 profit margin, I could request approval, but I won't get approved because it only has 4 units, okay? So just a little discrepancy that you need to pay attention to. So I'm going to skip all these items because I don't want to waste your time, sorting through all the health ones that I would need to request approval for, although you can do that in the future if you decide to. Let's find another example of one. Let's see one that sticks out to me. That's a little bit of a high price. Let's skip that one. I like vitamin B2 and B12. I might grab that just for me for $1.87. Let's find one more really fast. So one of them is going to pop up. All of these are health items. This one might be, the Codex is one that I checked out before. So let me give you another example, just to show you, right? So $14.49, $5.22. So it's about a $10 profit margin. So if I take the ASIN into Seller Central, can I sell it? Well, no, I need to request approval like we talked about before, right? This is the one that I used as an example. So if I request approval, I need to send that purchase invoice in of at least 10 units. So if I hit reseller distributor, I drop the purchase invoice of at least 10 units right here. And does this have at least 10 units? Oh, okay, I can buy 11 of them, so great. So if I were to send this invoice in, I would get approved. Then I would make a potential profit margin of $14.49 minus $5.22 times 11. So $100 right there just on one potential product, because I'm getting 11 of those units. Now, would it sell enough? That's the question. That's the next question. So what's the actual sales history of this product? Well, okay, no, it's not. Because it's a bestseller rank of 382, so how much would it actually really sell? That's the question. And it's not showing any sales data right here, so I'd probably avoid it. Now, these are all check parts of the checklist that you need to kind of go through when you're sourcing products for online arbitrage using 888 lots or really any website. So let's try to find one more example of a decent product that you could buy and resell. All right, so I just found one more really fast, good example. Now, obviously, you can take this and tailor it to whatever you want to do. Look how many products there are. There's literally thousands here that you can go through and sort through. And then you can add them and send them into FBA or send them to your house, whatever you want to do. I just wanted to find one more because I don't want to sit here and source, with you for like 20 minutes and waste your time. I just want to give you another example of a good product. So here's one that I just found really fast. If I take the ASIN in here, and it's also a good example because I'm going to show you exactly what happens when you request approval and you're accepted because you have good good metrics, okay? People always ask me, how do I get accepted for certain categories? How do I get accepted for certain brands? How do I get accepted, with invoices, blah, blah, blah. This is the easiest way that I found to get accepted. Just increase your metrics by selling coupon products, by selling cashback products, by selling products of all shapes and sizes, so that when you go ahead and you request approval, take the ASIN and paste it in there, and you see that, okay, I can sell it right now, but I had to request approval about a minute ago. So all I did is it said request approval, and I hit request approval, and instead of actually needing an invoice for this actual specific brand and product, it literally just says your selling application is approved. Boom. And now when I go back into it, I can list it as new conditions. So this is a great product, right? Because look, there's 17 of them here. 17. All right, so how much would I actually make on this then, right? So if we take $52.92, which is the Amazon price, and we subtract it by 25, which is our cost to me, that means roughly speaking, if I didn't drop the price at all, I would make $27.92 per unit. Now let's take $3 off that to drop the price to get the buy box so that I can potentially flip it. Now we're looking at about 25 bucks. And I can buy 17 of these, 17, so let's multiply that by 17, which is a profit margin of about $423.64. So 17 of these, I buy them, I combine them with the other 4, I forget what they were, the 4 that I showed you initially, the very first product, and boom, then I'm looking at like 523 bucks. I think the other one was like a profit margin of 100 bucks, simply for buying 17 of these, 4 of those, and then whatever else I came across that was a good margin. Now, there's so many different things that you need to keep in mind when you're actually sourcing for these. So obviously, like I said, the most important is checking the ASIN to see if you can sell it. Obviously, then the profit margin too. You want to use camel potentially to check the sales history, or not the sales history, the price history of that product to make sure that it is still roughly that same price. You also want to check, the sales history using Jungle Scout, or, just kind of looking at the bestseller rank if you don't have Jungle Scout. There's so many different things to, basically make sure that you're vetting good products to sell. But this is a gold mine, guys. If you hop on this, not only can you buy liquidation pallets from 888 Lots, which is something I do on the regular now. I literally just bought one right over there. I think it came with like 3 boxes, and it's something I'm going to break down very, very soon for you guys. And in the next video, I'm actually going to break down buying a liquidation pallet for you guys and sourcing good liquidation pallets from 888 Lots. But that said, there's so much potential here to source individual items too on this actual website. And keep in mind, I don't have to buy 17 of these. I can buy 1 or 2. If I only have 50 bucks to spend, I can drop 50 bucks on 2 of these, and then that's still, a potential profit margin of 50 bucks, right? 50 bucks, 50 bucks, and you're turning 50 bucks into 100 bucks. You're basically doubling that 50. So there's so many freaking products here. There's thousands. You can sort through them and go through. All the information is right here for you. Just keep in mind, here's another potential one really fast. Let's check this one while we're on here, but just keep in mind too that you do need a wholesaler's permit. You do need a reseller's permit. You can obviously just go to irs.gov, file for your EIN if you don't have a business EIN, and then you want to go to your state website and file for a wholesale certificate or a reseller's permit or whatever they call it. There's about 10 different names for it. Let me check one more real fast before I send you off. So can I sell this? I can't. I need to request approval. Do I need an invoice, or is it just going to accept me? Boom. It's accepting me. Your application is approved because my metrics are so good. So this is 560 bestseller rank in the category. It's about a little bit over a $10 profit margin, so about a $12 profit margin right there. Is it a good product though? Let's find out if it actually has sales. So we want to go to the listing. It's got 21 customer reviews. I'm not too worried about the 3 stars because I'm not going to be long-term invested in this listing. I just want to flip my products, right? So the bestseller rank, like I said, is about 562 in toys and games, which is a good category, but I would assume that this probably isn't selling that well because that's kind of high. Yeah, and the bestseller rank isn't too good right there. It's showing no sales data. So this is probably a product that I'd avoid. Maybe if I wanted to take a shot on it, I'd buy one of them, just to kind of, throw it in the lot of the other 17 and other 4 items that I showed you before. But that's showing no sales data, so I probably would avoid doing that. So there's so much potential to use this particular individual items straight from 888 Lots.